Princess Kate makes royal history with personal message highlighting cancer awareness. Princess Kate has achieved a royal milestone by sending a deeply personal message addressing cancer awareness, marking a significant moment in her royal journey. In the message, the Princess of Wales shared her heartfelt commitment to supporting individuals and families affected by the disease, while emphasizing the importance of early detection and accessible care. This unprecedented move reflects Princess Kate's ongoing dedication to health-related causes and her desire to use her platform to foster meaningful change. By addressing this critical issue, the princess not only raises awareness but also underscores her personal connection to those facing the challenges of cancer. Her message resonates with many, as it highlights the emotional and physical struggles experienced by patients and their loved ones. This Royal First initiative demonstrates her commitment to blending compassion with Keir Starmer's Labour reset, a strategic shift amid challenges. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, facing substantial obstacles early in his tenure at 10 Downing Street, has announced a major reset of his government. Despite securing a decisive Labour victory in the July general election, his administration has struggled with a turbulent start, marred by public dissatisfaction, internal party friction, and high-profile resignations. The Labour leader's response is the launch of a bold plan for change, aimed at reinvigorating public trust and addressing growing criticisms. This initiative seeks to translate Labour's overarching campaign promises into detailed, measurable targets designed to deliver tangible results before the next general election. These efforts underscore Starmer's acknowledgement of the pressing need to realign his administration's focus and address mounting skepticism. Key components of the Plan for Change. The Plan for Change is built around 5 core missions, with specific goals to ensure measurable progress. Education reform, a critical focus on early childhood education, aiming to boost school readiness rates from 60% to 75% among young children, investing in early years programs and creating robust support systems for families. Economic growth, aiming to position the UK as the fastest-growing economy among G7 nations, introducing policies to foster innovation, entrepreneurship, and infrastructure development. Providing support for small businesses and mitigating the impact of recent tax increases. Crime reduction, setting a target to have serious violent crime across the country, strengthening law enforcement capabilities and focusing on community-based initiatives, addressing root causes of violence, including poverty and lack of opportunities in underserved communities. Energy and climate, tackling long-standing issues within the National Health Service, NHS, addressing staff shortages, and improving patient outcomes through targeted reforms. Transparency and accountability. To bolster public confidence, the government will roll out an online dashboard by next month. This innovative tool will allow citizens to track the progress of Labour's policy initiatives in real time. By offering transparency and holding the administration accountable to its promises, the dashboard is expected to foster greater engagement between the government and the public. Challenges and internal reforms. The announcement comes amid growing dissatisfaction with some of Labour's recent decisions. Notably, a controversial tax policy has sparked outrage among small business owners, while changes to universal subsidies for pensioners' energy bills have been criticized as regressive. Within the party, tensions have emerged, with some MPs expressing frustration over perceived mismanagement of priorities. Starmer has also voiced concerns about inefficiencies within Whitehall, criticizing what he termed the acceptance of managed decline in the civil service. In a bid to address this, he has directed his cabinet and the incoming head of the civil service to adopt a more streamlined, mission-driven approach. Starmer has stressed the importance of breaking down bureaucratic silos and fostering greater collaboration across government departments. Strategic shift in leadership. Starmer's reset reflects a broader strategic shift in leadership, emphasizing pragmatism and deliverables over rhetoric. By committing to specific, measurable goals, the Prime Minister aims to navigate the political and economic complexities of his administration's early days. However, the path ahead is fraught with challenges. Starmer's critics argue that his government faces an uphill battle in reversing public disillusionment and implementing its ambitious agenda. Plan for Change represents a clear vision for the future. Its success will depend on the Labour leader's ability to overcome entrenched opposition, both within his party and across the political spectrum. Rebuilding public trust. The stakes are high for the Starmer administration. With public trust wavering, the Labour government's ability to deliver on its promises will be crucial in determining its long-term viability. The Plan for Change is not just a political strategy, it is a test of Labour's capacity to govern effectively in the face of adversity. In Starmer's own words, the reset represents a ruthless focus on priorities that matter most to working people. By tackling key issues head-on and demonstrating a commitment to meaningful change, Starmer hopes to solidify his government's position and secure its legacy. The coming months will reveal whether this ambitious reset can indeed turn the tide for Labour and its embattled. Sir Keir Starmer will pledge to achieve ambitious but achievable targets this week as he attempts to put a turbulent start in number 10 behind him. He will ask voters to judge him on milestones such as improving the NHS and growing the economy in a bid to draw a line under woes which have dominated his first 5 months in office, including winter fuel payment cuts. Some Labour MPs see the speech, dubbed a plan for change by Downing Street, as an admission that the government has failed to get its message across. The latest setback is the resignation of former Transport Secretary Louise Hay after she admitted pleading guilty to fraud in 2014, a veteran Labour backbencher said. It obviously is an attempt to reset. And that's what it's got to be, because the Labour Party is getting off to a disastrous start. Sir Keir will also signal that government departments could face cuts in a tough spending review next spring that will include a line-by-line review of every item of spending. The announcement of a new cabinet secretary, the most senior civil servant in the country, is imminent, and they will be charged with overseeing a revolution in Whitehall to ensure civil servants are working together across departments to achieve the government's goals. Simon Case, who currently holds the £200,000 a year post, announced in September he was stepping down. Sir Keir said, "This plan for change is the most ambitious yet honest program for government in a generation." Mission-led government does not mean picking milestones because they are easy or will happen anyway. It means relentlessly driving real improvements in the lives of working people. He added, "Our plan for change is the next phase of delivering this government's mission. Some may oppose what we are doing, and no doubt there will be obstacles along the way, but this government was elected on a mandate of change and our plan reflects the priorities of working people." Labour previously set out 5 missions which include securing the highest sustained economic growth in the G7, creating a green energy system by 2030, cutting NHS waiting times, cutting crime and recruiting 6,500 more specialist teachers. The speech is expected to expand on these with clear targets allowing voters at the next election to judge whether the government has succeeded. Downing Street insists it has already made significant progress by stabilizing the economy, establishing a new border security command to tackle small boat cross-channel crossings, and boosting NHS funding by £22 billion. One Labour MP said the government had introduced measures that the public supports such as improving workers' rights and regulating buses to improve services. But they added, the communications has been terrible. All voters know about are the bad things. Another Labour MP said, usually a government which has won such a majority is fizzing with energy. This feels like we are in the dog days of a government. Labour big hitter Jonathan Ashworth, a former member of Sir Keir's shadow cabinet, said, this week Keir Starmer will show he's getting to grips with the country's problems with plans to deliver. But he warned, lots of Sunday Express readers put their trust in Labour at the last general election, in some cases for the first time ever.